I never believed in ghosts until last night, and I wish I still didn't. My name is Alex. I am 32 years old. I work in IT. I fix computers for a living. I believe in logic, in systems, in things I can explain with evidence and reason. I don't believe in the supernatural, or at least I didn't. 3 days ago, I found myself standing in front of Hollowbrook House, the most notoriously haunted location in the entire state of Massachusetts. A Victorian mansion that had been abandoned since 1987, not because of financial trouble, not because of structural damage, because everyone who tried to live there either left within a week or refused to speak about what they experienced. Three paranormal investigators had quit after one night, two had nervous breakdowns, and well, one never came out the same. He was found wandering the highway at dawn, barefoot in December, muttering about fingers in the corners. He's been in psychiatric care for 8 years now, doesn't speak, just draws the same image over and over: a door, slightly open, and something pale reaching through. I knew all of this because I'd done my research, extensive research. That's what I do. I find information, I organize it, I look for patterns. And the pattern at Hollowbrook House was clear. People went in skeptical, people came out broken. I was going to be different. I had a theory. The house was old, built in 1892. It had settling foundations, drafty windows, old pipes that groaned and knocked. The wallpaper was peeling in patterns that could look like faces if you stared long enough. The floorboards creaked in specific spots. It was a perfect storm of environmental factors that could convince suggestible people that something supernatural was happening. I was so sure of myself. The realtor met me at the gate at 11:30 p.m. She was older than I expected. 60s maybe. Grey hair pulled back tight. She didn't smile. Didn't ask why I wanted to spend the night. Just handed me a key and a release form. The electricity was cut in 1987, she said. Never restored. You'll need candles, flashlights. The house has no running water, no heat, no phone service, no cell reception. You're completely alone from midnight to 8 a.m. That's the agreement. I signed the form. I brought 3 cameras, professional grade, night vision capability, full batteries, freshly charged, extra batteries in my pack, candles, matches, 2 flashlights, a digital thermometer, an EMF reader. I was prepared. I was scientific. I was going to document everything and prove that Hollowbrook House was just a building, just wood and plaster and imagination. The front door was heavier than it looked, solid oak. When it closed behind me, I heard the lock engage. Not the lock I'd used with the key, a different lock, one I didn't have a key for. I turned to the realtor through the window. She was already walking away. Didn't look back, didn't wish me luck, just raised one hand in a wave that felt more like a warning than a farewell. Commit to the night, she'd said earlier. No easy exits. I was alone, completely alone. The smell hit me immediately. Lavender, old woman perfume, the kind my grandmother used to wear. Sweet, powdery, slightly medicinal. It was strong in the entryway, stronger as I moved into the living room. The house had been empty for 15 years. No one had lived there. No one had died there, according to all available records. The last residents, a family named Hollowbrook, had moved out in 1987 after their youngest daughter started having night terrors. They left everything behind: furniture, clothes, photographs still hanging on the walls. I shone my flashlight around the living room. Dust everywhere, thick layers of it, but the smell was fresh, recent, as if someone had sprayed perfume minutes before I arrived, and it followed me. I set up base camp in what used to be the dining room. Broken chandelier above me, crystal droplets scattered across the floor like frozen tears, wallpaper peeling in strips that, in the candlelight, looked like fingers reaching down from the ceiling. I told myself it was just wallpaper, just patterns, just my brain making connections that weren't there. Every 20 minutes, I did a temperature check and a voice recording. Standard procedure, baseline measurement. At 11:47 pm, the temperature was 68 degrees Fahrenheit, normal for October. The EMF reader showed minimal activity, just background radiation, nothing unusual. I felt good, confident. The house was creepy, sure, atmospheric, but not haunted, not really. Just old, just neglected, just carrying the weight of its own reputation. Then it started. At 12:33 am, I was reviewing footage on my primary camera, making sure the angle captured the whole room, including the doorway to the kitchen. I was methodical, scientific. I wanted complete coverage. And in the background of the shot, in the hallway behind me, I saw a shape. Tall, thin, wrong proportions, arms too long, hanging past the knees, neck bent at an angle that would break a human spine. It was just standing there, in the hallway, watching me review the footage of it watching me. I spun around. Nothing. Just darkness. My flashlight beam cut through the blackness, showing empty hallway, peeling wallpaper, dust motes dancing in the light. Nothing else. No figure, no shape, nothing. I checked the footage again, frame by frame this time, advancing one frame at a time. In the first frame, the hallway was empty. In the second frame, the shape appeared. In the third frame, it was closer. 3 frames, maybe 2 seconds of real time. And in the last frame before I turned, its head was tilted toward the camera, like it knew I would look. I told myself it was a shadow, a trick of candlelight. The human brain sees patterns in chaos, faces in clouds, figures in darkness. Pareidolia, that's the scientific term. The tendency to perceive meaningful images in random or ambiguous visual patterns. I kept telling myself that until 1:15 am. The temperature dropped 14 degrees in 4 minutes. I have it on video. I'm looking at the thermometer and the numbers are changing. 68, 64, 59, 54. 14 degrees in 4 minutes. My breath was visible, clouds of condensation in the flashlight beam, and the lavender smell changed, turned into something else, something coppery, like old pennies, like blood on the tongue. Then the whisper started, not in my ear, in my head, clear as my own thoughts, but not my voice, a woman's voice, soft, tired, resigned. He's in the walls now. That's what she said. He's in the walls now. Don't look at the corners. I don't know why I listened, but I didn't look at the corners. I stared at the floor, at my shaking hands, at the dust-covered floorboards, at anything but where the walls met the ceiling, because suddenly I knew, with absolute certainty, that if I looked up, I would see fingers, dozens of them, gripping the edges, waiting. The whisper stopped at 2:47 am,